Hello and welcome back to Starfield. Last time we had quite an exciting little quest with Walter. Things turned pretty pretty crazy, but ooh, look at that, the Thistle Quarter. But we managed to take care of that, and I think today we'll go back to Sidonia. Break through even the strongest armor. That's actually what I need, I feel. So it'll be a good addition to my arsenal. The rest can sell. The pack here, much worse. Hat. Added hat. Security guard helmet. Oh. Let's store some of that in our ship. Then Sam wanted to talk to us. We'll have to take care of that as well. This can all go there. Go there. Really using the melee weapon more. That was just when I didn't have enough ammunition. Constantly short. Attack. This one can go for now. Ball. Definitely keep our head. This can go. Bosses can go. Hammer can go. Why are we so heavy here? Not by weight. Get rid of some of these. Not really using most of it anyway. Those I might need. Pretty heavy. Mines, not for sure. Bunch of grenades. What's better? Sam! You wanted to talk?
I'm up for a little adventure. Where to begin? That temple? The hell was that? I've been from one end of the settle systems to the other more times than I could count. But I've never, and I mean never, encountered something like that. Who built it? Why? So many questions.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the answers. Do you think the temple's proof of sentient alien life?
Maybe. For centuries we've been looking for something definitive that says we're not alone out here. I just can't see the UC, Freestar Collective, or House Varun building that thing. The temple. Or maybe it's just some crazy gazillionaire's party temple. The ultra-rich do some seriously crazy things.
Fair.
Somehow I doubt it.
I might admitting I'm scared, both the experience and what it means. I'm still stunned at what we discovered.
That's a good word for it. And what you can do? I am not a scientist, not in the least. But that ability, power, it's just plain scientifically impossible.
Gotta be just advanced technology, just beyond what we know.
Then who is capable of something like that? Forget about me. How are you? I mean, whatever happened, it could have deep physiological effects. I hope not mental. And even if everything's perfect, still, I can't imagine what's going through your head.
Well, I have this powerful craving now for human brains. Brains!
You. Same old you. The other Constellation members are gonna lose their minds once they hear about this. Assuming they even believe us.
Fair. Well, Tito is still there too. Okay, so I think take off from me. Okay, that quest is still active, so let's do first take off. Maybe we have to drop off
Time to greet the stars.
Walter.
We're back where we belong.
What is that?
You hold something you have no right to. My people have killed for this. But I will offer you one chance to hand over the artifact and turn away from this path.
What is going on?
That's not any type of ship I recognize.
Don't mean any harm.
You say that now, but your kind is not ready for the artifacts. The Starborn know what you are, what you are capable of.
Starborn.
Tell us, please. What are the artifacts? What are they for? Did you make them? What gives you more right to them than humanity?
Answering your questions is exactly what we cannot allow. Abandon your thirst for knowledge or drown in it.
This is ominous. Have you been observing humans for long?
We are growing impatient. Cease your attempts to stall for time.
But you speak our language.
We know everything about you. That is why your kind cannot have the artifact.
Okay. Please tell us more about who you are.
The more you understand, the more damage you will do.
How could just knowing what you are be dangerous?
Our distance from you is the whole point. We interfere now because we must.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the scans. Energy output from that ship is far above the normal range. If we spin up the grav drive now, we have a chance.
Well, okay. Full evasion maneuvers, let's get out of here.
We'll get through this. Hold on.
Oh. Let's go. What? There, the lodge. Combat. Yeah, I wanted to jump here. Fuel out of range. Olympus. Jump. Come on. Fuels are holding on. Oh boy.
Another jump down.
This is not good news.
I've never heard of these Starborn. Speculation part of my brain is an overdrive.
Hello, stranger.
Need
I
to
just finished cooking up some
regroup. The
food.
lodge.
Grandma?
You want to come on over? Just
Tell
pop
Noel
on
to
by.
analyze the data off the ship's sensors. Everyone's going to want to weigh in on this. Agreed, we should not delay.
Grandma asked for food. Grandma.
I hate talking on this infernal thing too much. Just come on over.
Okay, Grandma. Sorry, we're chased by something or some people, I guess, called Starborn. But Grandma invited us for food, so
Docking integrity, 100%. Good to go, Cap.
I'd ignore Grandma. That would be rude. So there is Grandma in space. I knew it. Okay. Got the shepherd's pie. Grandma? You Grandma? Grandmother.
Well, hello. Was hoping you'd drop by. The worst part of space travel is having to eat alone. I used to eat with my better half every meal until he passed. I've got plenty. I hope you're hungry.
Taking Chica, nice. What happened to your husband?
Time. Time's what happened. He led a rich, full life. I used to tell my kids that life is a sexually transmitted disease that's 100% fatal.
A pretty
They
good one.
hated it when I said that.
It's a pleasure to meet you, madam.
My, oh my, so formal. It is a particular pleasure to meet you, my good lady. I finally retired last year, and I've been traveling all over. I wish I could have done this when I was younger, but it's still a treat. My grandkids are mortified that I'm out here. Positively livid. You wouldn't believe the characters I've encountered.
I bet. What's the strangest thing you've encountered?
I invited this one fellow over for a meal, like yourself. So he boards the ship, stark naked. Ah! Turns out he was one of them old-style nudists.
Oh, wow.
He said in space, no one ever knew. But Lord knows I noticed.
Bet. Surprised you're not with your grandkids.
Oh, they're scattered all over. But now I get to see them all the time. So, what do you think of the settled systems? I can't believe there are so many stars, planets, moons, and whatnot. It makes my head spin just thinking of it.
Kind of. Yeah, we are terra firma. We're okay with space, but we like planets. It's big and empty. I prefer real gravity.
To each their own. I'm afraid I'm worn out, dear heart. I'm at the tail end of a very long day. But feel free to grab some extra food or whatnot. I've got plenty.
Sure. Around. Not necessarily food itself, but maybe we have some ingredients that we can use for cooking. Meal paste. Grandma's great. Sounded like a trap, but Grandma would never betray us. I'm sure. Grab some coffee. Grandma doesn't mind. Okay, bye, Grandma. Okay. Weird, but okay.
And we're away.
So, talk to Noel at the lodge, I guess. The lodge, land. That was a dangerous encounter, I feel. Like, I don't know what this is all about. Guess only one way to find out, really. But us bringing the artifact here probably also puts a big target on the lodge, I would assume,
I wonder
right?
what has happened while we have been away.
We place it here. And another one. Noel.
How is Neon? Are you okay?
Well, have any strange ships appeared in orbit?
No.
Well, we were attacked. We need to hold an emergency meeting.
Wait, what happened? Who was after you?
Take a look at the ship's sensor data. I think everybody needs to see this.
Yep.
All right, I'll start transferring the data over now. Let me just bring it up on here at the table. Is that a prototype? No, that material isn't anything we... What the...
Yeah.
Everyone, come take a look at this.
That's no faction vessel or Crimson Fleet. Secret military tech, maybe?
No,
I have a feeling it's something else.
Approved that starship design.
They call themselves the Starborn. Demanded we hand over the artifact. Like we were children, playing with their parents' things.
What do people know? Any offshoot groups go by that name?
None in any corner of the settled systems I've seen. Maybe a distant human colony finally popping its head up. Another house for Rune.
Let's take a picture of this emergency meeting. Okay, on the back. Yes, this looks neat.
I very much doubt that.
We ignoring the obvious here? A heretofore unknown group who just happens to know about the artifact.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say it. Intelligent alien life, or extra-dimensional beings. The original creators from the furthest fringes of space.
Or beyond even that. Is the metaphor of avenging angels coming down to keep humanity from forbidden
calm
knowledge
down.
not apt here?
So, we have a lot of theories, but nothing
Yep.
concrete. Except that they're after the artifacts, and they're willing to take them by force.
To Barrett's point, the artifact clearly aren't human-made.
No settled systems lab made these things, and I doubt one of them made that ship either.
So, we got some weird extra-dimensional beings that coincidentally decide to build their spacefaring vessels exactly like we do.
Maybe it's some time
so sure about
travel involved, like
Some glimpse
future
of shine in
humans.
the dark. Ready to hand them out as soon as you
We
please.
should have a talk. When you have the time, of course.
I just do that. Helmet,
I don't know about you,
money.
but I felt I could do a lot worse in Constellation.
Dusty, let's talk.
What's wrong?
I'm all ears.
What's wrong?
I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation lately. Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things. Just sort of reminiscing. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice.
Okay. What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry, I got ahead of myself there. Remember a bit ago we were talking about Constellation? I've just been thinking about it since. And Irvin, my husband, used to be in Constellation way back when. So my mind jumped to thinking about him. So I was listening to these old messages to hear his voice.
Were these previously unread messages?
No, I apparently read at least a few of these. I just don't remember. It was a difficult time.
Get it? I hope that was comfort.
It was surreal, honestly. So most of the messages were everyday things. Lots of excitedly written news about biodiversity and plant life. But one thing stood out. In one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he died. He said something terrible was happening there, but the message was garbled after that.
Is he worried about something from 20 years ago?
Kind of. I mean, it depends, right? If it's something that's still happening today, then I care.
I mean, interstellar communication isn't always reliable.
True, but this was different. I recognized this pattern from the war. A portion of the message was encrypted.
Okay.
Well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was begging me to help him. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset.
So, he was injured?
No, he was frustrated and angry. He said they were going to destroy his name.
What's the message?
He said they were going to destroy his life if he didn't leave the planet now. Then he asked me to help clear his name. Said they had a case against him. Oh, he sounded so upset.
That must have been difficult to hear.
Yes. Hearing his voice in so much pain was very difficult. Oh, I wish I had noticed this message when he sent it. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help.
So, you didn't notice this encrypted message before?
No, I just thought it was garbled. I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
So, framed for what?
Not exactly sure, but he mentioned a court case. So I think there's a paper trail.
Who are they?
His former employers had some job he took before he died. I think it was a mining company.
This recording is 20 years old.
It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong, right?
I agree.
So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote investigation here, see what I can find out.
Sure.
There's gotta be a paper trail, right? Now, I happen to have a trustworthy contact who knows a bit about law and owes me a favor. I'd need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or bribes.
What is your contract going to do for us?
He knows how to navigate archived and redacted legal documents, so he'll look for anything to do with Irvin on Gagarin. If those documents are protected, he might have to pay to access them. Might need to grease some palms, too.
Okay, you got the money.
That works. I'll tell them to go ahead with the investigation. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me want to help him, even though I know I can't. Does that make any sense?
Sure. You think this will help him?
No, I know I can't. I just don't want whoever hurt him to get away with it, if that's what happened.
If Irvin was that upset, then it must still be important.
I appreciate that. It's going to be hard to get some sleep tonight after all this. But the fact that I'm doing something about it might be enough to help.
Yeah.
Hopefully poking around in old records doesn't catch the attention of Hephaestus. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if my contact finds anything.
Yeah, keep me updated. Interesting. Vladimir, you wanted to talk?
Sorry. Was doing the tallies work in my head. Inventory on the station, next supply run. You had a hell of a shake, getting bullied in the void. Starborn sure know how to make an entrance. Ready to head back out there? The Eye can help you find the artifacts, but I'm afraid she's blind to our new competitor.
Yeah. How many more artifacts do you think are out there?
No telling the exact number, but they're getting harder to find. Got some equipment, repairs, and upgrades on the making do list. The Eye's straining to her limits these days.
Well, give me any data on the artifacts you have.
Double check the safety and locks wherever you go,
Yeah,
okay?
sure will.
Exploration's dangerous, even without some nefarious group trying to kill you.
Okay. Further into the unknown, fair. Anything else you have to say?
Good luck out there on the fringe.
What's your take on the Starborn?
Find myself thinking of the fleet. You know you can take a mark, you don't open comms. It's all storm and fire and sifting the wreckage after it's over. But if you're not so sure, you play the bully's gambit. Hope they don't challenge the threats you throw at them. Sound familiar?
Yep. So you're saying it was just posturing?
Thoughts taking a stroll through my mind is all. A striker lurking in the shadows has good reason to hide. Won't be easy to drag them into the light.
Yeah, and I mean, they mentioned that they are basically seeing everything, right? And have been watching us and knowing everything about us. So, like, if they wanted to completely destroy us, they could have done that, I assume. Not by stealth. So, yeah.
Show the words another time, then.
I kind of think it might be some time-traveling humans because of the human design, but still advanced technology. Like the whole, like, we know everything about you thing. I thought he wanted to talk.
So long.
What do the others think? Teo.
I feel free to help yourself at the bar. I don't drink, but I feel like if I did, now would be a good time for one.
I really think the Starborn could be something like Avenging Angels.
There's certainly precedent, isn't there?
It's there.
We've been operating for a while now on the fringes of what humans, know and understand. Why rule anything out? I just think we should be open-minded. Keep everything on the table.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm ready for supernatural adversaries.
You could argue we've been veering into the supernatural for a while now. You yourself have powers that seem to defy logical explanation. It's the argument I have with Walter every other week. Science and reason have their place, but so does faith. We have all of them at our disposal, and I don't for 1 second believe they're mutually exclusive.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
This Walter, I wanted to talk to Noel.
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Oh.
When you have the chance.
What's up?
I've occasionally had my doubts about Constellation as an investment. But now, well, it's clearly money well spent.
Are you okay after that ambush by the Starborn?
Not my first time in a hostile negotiation, as you well know. Admittedly, I usually know more about who I'm facing off against. I'm very interested in what Noel can learn from the scans. The technology on that ship was impressive, to say the least. If there's a chance, we could learn enough to duplicate some of it.
Well, wouldn't hurt to even the playing field.
That's certainly true. And it also wouldn't hurt to give Stroud Eklund an advantage in the market.
Well, that's not really what I was thinking about. So about that Sebastian Banks speech?
Oh, right. I was afraid you were going to bring that up again. Very well. Let's see if I embarrass myself or not. My colleagues, I venture out into the darkness of space once again. Many of you have expressed concern. At my age, you say, surely the risks are too great. Surely Sebastian Banks has earned a rest. Nonsense, I say. To go out into the unknown, to brave the possibility of never coming back, to ignite the spark of hope that humanity will find answers out there in the stars, that is all I have ever wanted. If this last expedition is my time, then I say, I have been fortunate. I have been fortunate to leave, surrounded by people who could not be more different from one another, but who share a common purpose. That, dare I say, I am fortunate my soul has a home it can always come back to. And that was the last thing Sebastian Banks ever said in the lodge before he disappeared. And Constellation has been waiting for him to come home ever since.
And I wonder if he did, because like this now makes me think, what if Sebastian Banks went out into some space, found maybe either future human or like a way to travel time or something along those lines, and that whole created like the Starborn. I don't know. I feel like that might be connected to Starborn and Sebastian Banks. Wondering if you had any work from me.
I want you to know I was very impressed with your work back on Neon.
I know you well enough now to feel like this is leading somewhere.
There's no fooling you. Don't worry, this is a much lower stake opportunity. My Star Yard's been having a little trouble getting our next project off the ground. I need someone capable and decisive to step in and steer it in the right direction. Interested?
Are you usually more involved in major company decisions like this?
As you know, I'm a busy man, running a company, helping to manage Constellation's financial needs. It doesn't leave me with much time to get into the weeds with every little business venture that comes my way. Besides, think of this as a rare opportunity to help shape the future of a major consumer brand.
Yeah, you're gonna need to tell me more than that.
Of course, now that I know you're interested. It's a new ship. We want to diversify our fleet. Now, I don't know why the people I pay very handsomely to come up with new designs can't seem to get out of the R&D phase. And frankly, I don't care. I just want someone, you, to go there and show them how it's done.
Okay. Why is this project stalling in research and development?
R&D needs to happen first whenever work starts on a new project. It's a natural stalling point since we need to make so many big decisions. In this case, we're talking about looking at our existing fleet of ships and using data we've gathered to see what consumers want. But of course, each member of the R&D team can interpret that data to suit their own confirmation bias. I'm guessing that's what we're seeing here.
Do you really want my help even though I'm not a professional ship designer?
To be honest, I prefer it. I have professional designers, and obviously they can't do the job. They're floundering. And as I've seen firsthand, you dabble in all spectrums.
Oh.
Blue-collar work, exploration, fighting. I could go on. What better person to tell those overpaid muckety-mucks how to build a ship for the discerning consumer?
Okay.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
I'll send word ahead to the project lead, Jules Degante, that you're taking point. They'll all be instructed to listen to you and follow your direction.
Nice.
I expect big things from you, so I'm excited to see what you manage to deliver.
I'm excited to create a spaceship.
I don't believe you'll let me down.
Wonder if we can actually design a spaceship, or if it's just some conversations, but it would be cool to have like our own spaceship type there. Looking for Noel. It's here somewhere. Well, you pooping? Oh. Down here somewhere?
You're handling this whole captain thing really well, you know.
Well, first I saw Barrett's stats and I was like, oh, maybe I can put him on my ship. Who do I have currently on my ship? Sam, Vasco, Asia. Have more? Barrett. Put him to the grimy outpost. I mean, I guess I can send these two to the grimy outpost for now. Those are the two that I hired in on Neon. Yeah, let's unassign Vasco. And assign Barrett to the ship. Grasshopper. There you go. Okay. Now, if all things there, we have the design quest and we have Sidonia. I want to return to Sidonia, to Mars, take care of our Ryujin quest line. I guess now we gotta be on the lookout for some Starborn chasing us. Especially when we're looking after
Sometimes
artifacts.
it seems the UC does not remember. Its history is tied to this place.
Back in Sidonia. Oh, Asia wants to talk. What's wrong?
Never would I have imagined to encounter something like these Starborn. Now I feel that rather than having answers, we only have more questions.
Couldn't be that surprised. Space is so vast, it must be full of things we couldn't imagine.
I suppose this proves that idea succinctly. Regardless of how impossible they may have seemed before now, I must say that I do not like being threatened by anyone.
True. It made it sound like we're the bad guys. It took less of a threat than more as a warning. Yeah. I don't know. It was pretty threatening. They're clearly trying to scare us away from something.
If so, what would that be? Clearly, these Starborn are connected to the artifacts, which would mean that they are also connected to that temple you found.
True.
Did they make these things? Have they appropriated them? This all implies there is something more, something we do not yet understand.
You're not worried, are you?
I am never worried. Cautious, perhaps.
Fair.
It has always been necessary to prepare for the unexpected. This is just a bit more unexpected than usual. It seems to be how things go here in Constellation.
Yep. Yeah, if we keep going, I suspect we're going to run into the Starborn again.
Yes. Given our first interaction with them, that seems likely. We will need to be on our guard from now on. They seem to know much about us. Perhaps we can learn more about them to make it even. We should return to our search then. There's still so much to do.
Indeed there is.
I know we're supposed to clean up vandalism, but I just can't bear to take down.
You better not take down Space Frog.
Sorry.
Posters. I wanted to.
Hey, you looking for anything in particular? How's it
go
going?
here.
Can I help you? Cool.
Sell some stuff.
That's what we do here.
Sell from the grasshopper. Let's keep the legendary blade just in case. A lot of money. It's good because we have a lot of things to sell. Caviar. Oh, yeah. Oh, the hammer too. How about You need send money, I mean. What do I need again for money? That up. 7.5. I think they have that. Okay.
Come back anytime.
Careful near the railings on the upper levels.
Surprising news of record profits for their latest fiscal quarter. The credit goes.
Okay, up there. That's the contact.
Sidonia, what a dump. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going?
I'm sure something will open up soon. Miners are always needed in Sidonia.
Yeah. I just wish Sidonia had a bit more to offer while I'm trying to enjoy my unemployment. Not much in the way of entertainment around here. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year.
Razor Derby is the only real sport.
You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Staryards.
Okay.
It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes. But that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
At least you're being open about the fact that you are gouging us.
1,000. Let's negotiate.
For this little tidbit? Believe me, I know exactly what this is worth.
Okay. Ooh. Tough one. Maybe a discount for our first time doing business.
I like the way you think.
Ah!
Perhaps. All right, I'll lower the price. But that's my final offer. Unless you may prefer the side job now?
8,000, that's... Tell me about the side job.
You're going to like it. As you may guess, being an informant is not without its risks. I've heard there's a merc in Saturn's orbit who'd like to cross my name off her list. Milai Liskova. If you take her out and bring me her gun as proof, I'll consider my fee to be waived.
Interesting. What do you need? Why do you want the gun as proof?
Liskova has a sentimental attachment to that gun. Even named it Ember. She'd never just hand it over. It saved her life once or twice. Seems whenever it falls into enemy hands, it has a tendency to backfire or jam. On top of that, she's superstitious, which makes the gun all the more precious to her.
Okay, so what can you tell me about Milai Liskova?
She's a freelance mercenary, used to work for Inception Technologies. But she likes her independence, so she went into business for herself. She specializes in killing for the right price. So before you get any second thoughts, you should think of it as doing the settled systems a favor.
Okay. Finding people is my specialty. Consider her disposed of.
And just like that, we are off to kill someone? So be it.
Yep.
You're doing me a tremendous favor. Just know she won't go down easily, so be prepared.
I'm always prepared.
Milai's ship is called the Datura, and like I said, you can find her in orbit around Saturn. Just remember to bring the gun back as proof.
I will. Don't worry about it. Some headhunting. Do it. Saturn. Of course.
That's about enough. That's more like it.
Hey.
So, tell me what you're doing here. I'll decide whether or not to strip you for salvage.
Okay. Are you looking for a man called Simon Richek?
I'm looking for a lot of people, and none of them are any business of yours.
Okay, I'm here to save your
Oh
life.
yeah? From what? Yours the only thing around here
Talk
that
with
looks
Barrett.
like a threat to me. So, give me one good reason why I shouldn't feed you to the void.
How do you know him?
If you think I'm answering any questions, think again.
I'm here to discuss an alternative to killing you.
To killing me? How about for me killing you? Huh? Don't think I couldn't take you out if I wanted to.
What's this grudge about?
What are you, a therapist? It's none of your business.
Okay. Don't you want Simon to leave you alone?
I admit, it'd be nice to be able to relax a bit.
Simon will stop if he believes you're dead.
Perhaps. But just how do you propose we manage that? Because I intend on staying very much alive.
So wants your gun as proof of death.
It wants the very thing that protects my life. Of course he does. He knows I would never... All right. You can have Ember. But you'll have to come aboard to get her. You have my word, you won't be harmed. For whatever that's worth.
Dad, do you think Solomon
Sounds
Cole
like a
would've
trap,
liked me?
but...
Sure.
We'll see.
Everybody likes you, don't they?
Do you think he would have liked you?
Galaxy is hard work.
Well, if you listen to your grandpa,
Everyone just
Solomon
talking
doesn't
over
like
each
lies
other.
get open.
Let's talk. Just us
But I think he
adventurers.
would have liked the man I grew into.
Ship is now docked.
It's Borg.
Perfect. Didn't even smudge the paint.
Okay. Probably a trap of sorts, but we'll see. Why'd still have to kill her? Alive.
I'm impressed. Simon managed to find someone with guts to come after me. I suppose it shouldn't surprise me that he wants Ember as proof of this. He knows I'd never part with her.
So what's the deal with you and Simon?
We were a thing for a while. Until the coward sold me out. I'm sure he regrets it, considering I survived the attempt on my life. And now, I live to blackmail him and make his life a living hell. So if Simon told you I wanted him dead, it's a lie. I want him very much alive and suffering.
Okay. So what's the story behind Amber?
The first time Ember and I met, she was pointed right at me. And then backfired on the gloating bastard who thought he'd won. She saved my life more times than I care to remember. In my line of work, we're always in and out of the fire, if you know what I mean.
Sure. And over the gun.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You really think I'd let you just waltz onto my ship and I'd hand her over? If you knew anything about me, you'd know honesty isn't my strong suit. The only truth here is that I've intended to kill you since the moment you set foot on my ship.
I thought so. Why even bother accepting my hail and letting me board in the first place?
Your ship, of course. I'd hate to risk damaging something I could easily sell. Plus, this way I can simply climb aboard to see if there's anything of value, rather than have to sift through debris. Any access cards I need, I can just take off your dead body.
True, yeah. Good luck with that.
I'll make it quick. I promise. This'll be fun.
Hello. Can you please switch? There you go. Whoa, she's just running at me. She's crazy. I think she's dead. There you go. Amber.
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Oh?
Yes?
She wanted to play. Didn't feel like discussing that with her. Wanted to betray me? Okay. Can try that. Good luck. Not looking anything. Oh, there he has. Very nice. Can I steal the ship? Looks like I can, maybe? There's the grasshopper? What if I... Can I maybe... Okay. Can I sell it? What if I go Mars Launchpad? I don't know. There's one way to find out. Yeah, Sidonia. Land. You have now a new home ship. Your previous home ship has been added to your fleet. To retrieve ships in your fleet that you have left behind, go to a ship service technician at any major city and ask to view the ships that you own. From there, you can cycle through the ships in your fleet and select and make home. Oh, nice. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do, and then I sell the other ship.
Anything I can help? You should inspect your ship for heat leeches. Sure, have at it.
So, one of your ship is unregistered. You must register this ship before you can modify and upgrade. First, make home ship. Then the Datura. Register. What does that mean? 10,000 credits? Register it? It's only worth 12,000. Pretty nice ship, though. Doesn't have much cargo capacity at all. Can I... Okay, how can I sell it?
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Value? Used to be pretty valuable. Oh no, I want to sell ships. 12,000. The Datura. Can I... For 10,000? I mean, sure. Just sold it, right? Wait, what? The Datura cell. Hey. I've got some money. And we might as well look at a ship that we can. That's kind of cool looking. Lots of cargo capacity. Like. Very much like the ship that we had. Ooh. A weird one. I'm kind of interested in that one. Like, that has a lot of cargo capacity. Would have to fit some shielded capacity on it. And I think we should be able to upgrade, like, the weapon systems and everything. It is very expensive. I can't even afford it. No. And it's unregistered. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Let's return.
Stay away from the sixth circle unless you're a minor. Or at least don't come crying to me if it's
Watch out for the robots. They're surprisingly sneaky.
Sneaky robots. I took care of her.
Who survived the devil herself? Well, either that or you decided to pay up.
You lied to me.
Wait a minute. You spoke to that lie-weaving terramorph? You should have just outright killed her.
Didn't risk my life out there to be lied to.
Cool those thrusters. She's lying, I swear. We have a history. A long one. Love, hate, betrayal. It's all in there. I screwed her over one too many times, and she's been out for blood ever since. Blackmail? Ew, I wish. That'd be the least of my worries.
What happened between you two?
I may have given her name to the UC at one point, but believe me, once I escaped, I wiped all the data they had on her. Only it was too late. They sent a unit after her. She and her sister escaped, but her brother wasn't so lucky. But before you go feeling sorry for him, don't. There are ecliptic mercs, House Varun zealots. Ram made them look like saints.
Sounds like you learned your lesson.
Did I ever? These days I take great care when it comes to making enemies. If I'm going to piss someone off, it's with good reason. So, back to business. You got the gun?
Sounds like there was more than just business between you and Malai.
We loved each other. For a time. But when you're in our line of work, relationships become the best weapon to hold against you. I betrayed her, and her brother paid the price. It's not something I'm proud of.
Oh, it should.
So this was very personal. It all makes a bit more sense now.
How did you... we already know that. He's gone now.
Let's hope it's finally possible. It's strange. I always imagined I'd be happy knowing she's gone. Perhaps I've been running so long now that it will just take time for the relief to set in. You know, why don't you keep that gun of hers? I think it's time I left the past behind.
Let's get back to business.
Yes, let's. Enough about the past. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself.
Okay. Any idea what Project Dominion is?
Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the neuroamp business. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something big.
I have to get the actual information myself.
Getting information is what you people do. I'm just a lowly, yet very well paid informant, here to point you in the right direction.
Got it, that's all I need.
Nice doing business with you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, Stuarts. Listen to the audio file. Let's do it.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what? Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. He's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion. Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat. Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum. Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech. Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game.
Okay. Oh, I did want to check out Amber. Oh, here? Not. It's a new helmet that we got. Okay. Oops. Read Macmillan's file. Do I have that? Audio Macmillan. File, Stanley McMillan. Leaves Lux condos for work at Deimos Star Yards. Leaves for lunch, frequents Jane's goods. Returns to work, remains at office until day is over. Leaves for work for Broken Spear. Returns to Lux condos. Okay. Retrieve the Project Dominion file. Sure what time it is, but let's just see for now. Oh, they're here.
Deimos, one of the earliest shipbuilders, and desperate.
Here we go. Okay. Famous Staria presentation. Let's try to unlock it. That would work. Download files. Lucas Drexler. Inbox. Nah, just checking up to make sure you've properly prepared for this meeting. Lucas expects you to be prepared, to be sure to at least be familiar with the reps that are coming. Don't expect me to cover for you this time. William Campbell, greetings. Several of your servers will be briefly coming down for maintenance. Some remote users may experience an interruption in connectivity service with Infinity Ltd service. The maintenance and reboot should be brief. Maintenance window 3 a.m. to 3:15 a.m. Alias Ortiz, your trip below is your itinerary for your upcoming trip to Sidonia. Please remember to log all receipts for reimbursement upon return. On luxury. Congrats on the deal stand. Told you things would be looking up. This is your chance to get back on track. Drinks tonight? I'm buying. Quantum. Good afternoon. As you know, our deal with Quantum Synergies has fallen through. This makes our focus on selling Project Dominion even more important. Yeah, we made that deal fall through. We have our first meeting with Deimos Starios just around the corner. Stanley McMillan has been chosen to head this up. This is our #1 priority, so any requests coming through from either Stanley or myself in regards to this deal should be considered critical. We expect your full support. Regards, Nina Hart. Interesting.
Please try not to alert anyone to what you're doing.
I'm not. I'm sneaky.
Thank you from the Sidonia Department.
Well, I think this is a good time to take a break. Maybe next time we will chase after the Heart of Mars, I think. I want to do that. And then who knows what happens after that. We might fight with Starborn, or create a new ship, or build an outpost, or return to Ryujin, who knows. But thank you all for watching today's episode of Starfield. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a like, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, share the video with friends, family, and the people on the internet. That all helps me out a whole bunch and will bring you more content in the future. I will be back with more Starfield very soon. Until then, have a great time.